It's the Infinite Podcast. Go tell your friends. It's the Infinite Podcast. My God, it never ends. It's the Infinite Podcast with Rob and Cork the
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Project Infinite Podcast, the podcast covering the infinite and ever-expanding multiverse of fandom from movies, comics, TV shows, and video games. We got you covered. I'm Rob. I'm here, as always, with Court. And Court, this is an episode that is 17 years in the making?
Yeah.
Plus?
Wow, the MCU's been running for almost 17 years. Oh, yeah. No, it's been longer than 17 years now.
Yeah. Yeah,
wow.
At this point, yeah. So, yeah, we're gonna dive into the MCU, and we are going to make our definitive rankings of all these MCU movies from best to worst. This is the list.
Yes, you can follow this list on Letterboxd.
Oh,
I will have it on my Letterboxd for now, so you can go to C Cummings 22.
He's self-promoting.
Yeah, and that's going to be my Letterboxd.
That's fine.
And then I will make us a channel Letterboxd.
Okay.
And then we will do certain lists, certain things like that, so you can follow that way too.
Yeah,
we'll have some fun that way.
Yeah. Yeah, we each have like our own individual list, but I thought it'd be fun to just kind of get together and kind of debate, discuss, and come up with a consensus how we feel about these movies that have been going on since 2008.
Insane.
So we're just going to basically go in release order and go from Iron Man all the way to Fantastic Four. We're not including the TV shows or anything like that. That'll be a separate list at a separate time. So we're just going to do the movies. And like I said, it's the definitive list, so if you don't agree with it, it's tough.
Yeah, you're just wrong.
Ours is objectively correct.
Right.
So.
Yep, Kevin Feige hired us to make this list for him.
Yeah. So
he's going to hate where I put Ant-Man Quantumania on this list.
I can't wait to get to some of these other ones because it's going to get
heated.
This is going to get tricky. But before that, we do have a little bit of news. So D23 happened. Not a lot came out of D23. No. There was a lot of Secret of Avengers things, but nothing really crazy. They did round out the cast for Star Wars Starfighter.
Yes. I think they're really excited for that movie, and they really think that movie's going to perform. And I think what they're going to do is build... I think they had another plan for what the post-Skywalker era was going to be, and I think they got lucky by signing Ryan Gosling. They were like, wait, can we just build the rest of the new franchise around him? And the answer might be yes.
Yeah, so this is the Ryan Gosling-led Star Wars Starfighter movie, directed by Sean Levy, obviously Deadpool and Wolverine fame, and
Cheaper by the dozen, too.
Yeah, and the cast got rounded out. So we have added, along with Ryan Gosling and Mia Goth and others, we've added Amy Adams and Aaron Pierre were probably the two biggest names that were kind of added to this cast. We don't know what their roles are going to be or anything like that, but they're two relatively big names. I mean, Aaron Pierre is on The Ascent, certainly.
Yeah.
Obviously going to be the leading man in the Lantern Show for DC, and Amy Adams has been around for quite a while now. It's kind of like floating between, I would say, like that B and A tier.
When she was at the height of her career, she was as A-list can get.
Yeah.
Like 2016, when Arrival came out, that's truthfully when she was like untouchable as an actress. So I'm excited to see her in the Star Wars universe. I'm excited to see everybody. I'm very keen on Aaron Pierre. I don't know why he feels like he fits into this realm. I wonder if they have him play some smarmy Imperial officer with Matt Smith. That's what I was thinking that was going to happen.
Yeah, Matt Smith is in this movie. That's right.
I could see a realm where Aaron Pierre plays not a Sith, but he plays somebody that has like a battle with the Force, because I really want him to be a Force user as well too, like a really cool character.
Yeah, I wonder how much that's going to be a factor in this movie.
Yeah.
Like the Jedi, Star Wars, like Force stuff.
Not that this has anything to do with it right now, but I'm calling it right now because of his love for it. David Cornsweet's going to play a main Jedi at some point in his career, because he said what's more important.
Probably get him for that Simon Kinberg thing. The trilogy that he's working on.
And it'll be like after the Skywalker stuff,
I think they said that like that's going to be officially episode 10.
Yeah,
the first Kinberg movie.
Yeah, you just get David Cornsweet to do roundabout the same thing.
I would. I mean, it depends. Like, I don't know how much stuff he's going to be doing for DC, but...
Yeah, I think he's going to do a lot, but he'll still have a little bit of time. And I also think David Cornsweet's a pretty talented actor for his... I hope he gets, like, you know, that... more, you know, the real cinema work as well too.
Yeah.
So I hope he has a nice little balance. But I am looking forward to this movie.
Me too.
Claudio Mirando, who shot Top Gun Maverick, is gonna be the cinematographer on this movie. So that's a win. I don't think they have anybody for the composer yet. I don't know. I don't think so yet, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think so. No.
The writer has me the slightest bit concerned.
It's the writer from What's that Netflix movie that Ryan
Adam Project, the Adam Project,
which was good.
Yeah, I liked the Adam. We both liked the Adam Project quite. I mean, it was a Sean Levy film as well too, but his other work, I'm just the slightest bit concerned about.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, screenwriting obviously is very important, but at the end of the day, the screenwriter also reports to the director.
Right.
So I mean, they have a working relationship, so it's definitely it's alarming, but it's not like the worst thing in the world. And it's been, I mean, how long since we've gotten a Star Wars movie?
It's 2019.
Yeah,
so
it's a long time.
Yeah, so obviously the last piece is Eva Mendes is going to play Ryan Gosling's wife, as she does in real life. Also plays Ryan Gosling's wife, or should I say Ryan Gosling plays her husband in real life?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's good. I'm like I said, I'm looking forward to this thing. I think when they announced it, it was a really good signal of, we've talked before, like, what we want out of Star Wars movies, and like to get away from like all the Force stuff and just do like a romp,
right?
Like a romp, like a and that's what this kind of is going to be.
Yeah, I think you just got to capture some emotion, some heart. I think I'm curious of when this is going to take place. I'm really, really hoping this takes.
They said it takes place after Rise of Skywalker.
I'm
a few years. Like
I'm
5
so
years after.
hoping this takes place after the Rise of Skywalker, because then you can really dip into some lore. You can make some new lore, which is super important. And like, if you have these sets of movies, because I think this movie is going to be successful, and then you get whatever the Kinberg movies are going to be, because that's going to be 10, 11, 12.
Yep.
You get an actor like David Cornsweet to be the leader of a movie like that, you might like the Star Wars franchise might be back on the up and up, because those are like guaranteed $1 billion movies when those come out.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, Star Wars is the most recognizable brand in the world. So if they can have a nice, and they got Ryan Gosling, I think he fits perfectly into this kind of sect of Star Wars too.
Because he can play both. It's funny, he can play both Han and Luke, if that makes sense. Like, he teeters a line between the two of them, which I think is really important.
Plus, he's got a movie coming out that a lot of people are excited for, Project Hail Mary. So, he's very much still, one of the A-listers that we have going. And then, I mean, the only other news I got is a couple of video game adaptation things. The Elden Ring thing is out of control.
I mean, it's funny because if you would have told me A24 is producing an Elden Ring movie 10 years ago, but like with the knowledge of where Elden Ring went as a franchise, how big they got, I'd be like, A24 can't afford to do that, and they do that. And then the Shinerts made Everything Everywhere All at Once, or the Daniels, and I was like, oh yeah, they can. Yeah. That movie is probably going to be one of the craziest films you have ever seen.
Yeah, so Alex Garland...
Alex Garland.
Alex Garland, apparently, this feels like a passion project. Because he apparently wrote a 160-page draft and 40 pages of imagery.
Tell him what A24 said.
They said, F yeah.
Yes.
Expletive. He flew to Japan to pitch it to From Software director and creator Hidetaka Miyazaki, and pretty much sealed the deal from there. I mean, Elden Ring's an interesting game in the sense that obviously it's a From Software Souls game, but the world... now that this movie is being made, everything about the development of that game makes total sense. From Software went to George R.R. Martin of Game of Thrones fame to create the lore and world for Elden Ring, the game. Right. So, I mean, you have one of the premier world-building authors ever.
And Alex Garland...
outside of Tolkien, George R.R. Martin is a world-building master.
Yeah. And... Alex Garland's true power is the mirror that he puts to the human race. I think that's his true power as a director. I mean, you see it in Ex Machina, you see it in Devs, the television show he made with Nick Offerman, which was one of the best shows of the 2020s. You see it in Civil War, like this mirror that he puts up to, kind of reality itself, into the human nature itself. And I'm really excited to see him take this into a fantastical realm, much like he did with Annihilation. I think this is going to be really incredible.
Yes, there's a chance to be a fantasy. This has a chance to be a real fantasy epic.
Yeah, who did he cast? The main character from Civil War. He already cast as the main character in this movie.
Yeah,
Callie Spaney. Spaney is going to be the main character of this, which is going to be awesome. Any other actors you want to see in a film like this?
Oh man, I couldn't even tell you. There's so many things in this game. I'm just curious. I'm curious to know, because in the Souls game, the whole thing is the boss fights are always these big spectacle events, and there's so many of them in the Souls games. So obviously they're gonna have to nail it down. But for Elden Ring, I'm thinking of boss fights of like Millennia would obviously have to be in. And I mean, honestly, like the person I would think of like to play like Melania, like the Blade of, whatever she's called, would be like an Angelina Jolie type.
Okay.
And I feel like Angelina Jolie's like at this point where like she could potentially do something like this.
If it's pitched the right way. I mean, a sublet and somebody that's already works with Alex Garland would be Natalie Portman.
Sure.
For that same logic.
Oh, yeah.
And then obviously she got super fit to play the Mighty Thor as well, too. Mm-hmm. I really see somebody like Paul Mescal fitting into a world like this as well, too.
Yeah.
And using that same logic, I can also see somebody like Aaron Pierre fitting into this. Like a knight for something like this. Mm-hmm. I could see somebody like him fitting into this. The actor that was in the last Aliens movie, I can't remember his name. The one that played the AI in the last movie. What am I saying? Tramel Tillman would be just an absolute... I'm at the point where you put Tramel Tillman in anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm just super curious. They're adapting a Souls game to be made into like a high... pretty high profile movie, which is kind of crazy.
This seems like it's going to be like A24 might like just let this, because they also know A24 knows its own power. To put the A24 logo in front of something means something now. So like, especially, I mean,
they're also working with Kojima on the Death Stranding movie too.
Right. So
I think he's doing. I think Kojima's just directing it.
Correct. He's pulling a James Gunn. He's like, "Oh, fine, I'll do it myself."
Which is kind of cool. I imagine Norman Reedus will. Be in that.
What's her name's also probably going to be in. Yeah. Why can't I remember her name? That was in Mission Impossible, and not Mission Impossible. Yes, that was in Mission Impossible, and that was in the last Bond movie, last two Bond movies.
Yeah. And then Gears of War is ramping up. Mm-hmm. The Netflix greenlit Gears of War film will be directed by David Leitch, which is great.
Yes, anything David Leitch does is probably going to be incredible.
And written by John Spates, who helped write Dune.
Very good.
Both good things. David Leitch has kind of pitched this as a sci-fi war movie, which makes sense.
Very good.
Because it's Gears of War. And I said to you earlier that the biggest layup of all time is you just get Dave Bautista in this.
Yes.
Who has been banging around for years to try and get a Gears of War movie made, and he has quite a bit of clout in Hollywood now.
Yes. Yes, he does.
So I would imagine he would be the first call.
Correct.
for a Gears of War movie, which could be pretty cool. If the production value is high and they kind of lean into like the grittiness and all that stuff, get the creature designs right, I think that could be great. And I'm very excited for these video game adaptations that are coming in the next handful of years.
Right.
Between Fallout Season 2, between Zach Krieger's Resident Evil movie, to The Last of Us Season 3. It's just a good things all around. So that's really all I have as far as news goes. It's pretty light. Peacemaker's out now.
Yeah.
So we can talk about that for a couple minutes.
2-minute drill since the football season's about to start. Yeah. 2-minute drill for Peacemaker. Let's set a timer for 2 minutes starting right now. Really quick, I mean, spoilers. I actually quite like the way that they just got him into the DCU.
Yes.
You know how they got him into the DCU? They just put him in the DCU.
They just retconned it.
They just retconned it, where the events that happened at the end of season 1, they just took all the DCEU characters out and put the DCU heroes in.
Which is great. I enjoyed that.
It's such a good, because I thought that what they were going to do is, it's just another universe.
No, don't explain it. Yeah, don't explain it. Don't do nothing. Just do it.
Yes, I like it. It's quick. It's don't overcomplicate anything, because he might have had it more. Because even if he tried to make the DCEU stuff technically canon by putting it in another universe, that opens a whole nother can of worms with a fan base you do not want to do that with.
No, just erase it.
Yep. See you later. You're cooked. You're gone. So yes, he's just in the DCU now, as spot about in Superman. What's his name? Tim Meadows was probably the best addition you could have asked for in this show. Mm-hmm. And obviously Frank Grillo's great as Rick Flag Sr. I know he's going to have a lot of stuff to do in that universe. He's probably going to take a very much more wonder if he's going to have more of a Nick Fury-ish role, like a Maria Hill-ish role even maybe in the DCU, because obviously they're friends. They've worked together before, so I think he quite likes him. So, no, the show's going really well. John Cena just keeps getting better and better as an actor.
Yeah, he's delivered with this character in ways that I don't think anyone really expected.
And it's great because it also obviously some very disgusting things happen in the first episode.
Yes.
So he immediately tells you, no, this is as R-rated as R-rated gets. I
Yeah.
just want to like let you guys know, like, this is the DCU. Like, it's like I'm letting the directors take the tone. Like, that's how it's gonna go. Lanterns is gonna be like True Detective. Supergirl's gonna be like a sci-fi Star Trek epic. Superman, obviously, we saw as like a hopeful everyman piece. Like,
yeah,
that's how it's gonna go. But they're all gonna seamlessly interact, and they've done a good job. So
yeah.
That was our 2-minute drill on Peacemaker Season 2, off to a good start. Really want to see what they do with the universe.
Show's great. Show continues to be great. And, you know, James Gunn has teased these last 3 episodes of the season of being, like...
insane.
Which he never does, by the way.
No. He did it for The Flash.
He did.
Well, he took the studio. See? Everybody relax.
Everyone did it for The Flash.
Yes, because everybody...
People were coming out of the...
Tom Cruise said, I've been in some cinema. I just made Top Gun Maverick.
Stephen King said it was like the best movie he's ever seen.
Everybody was lying. Everybody was paid to say those things.
That was a weird time.
Anyway.
Marvel.
Yes.
Marvel, MCU. Yeah. So I kind of talked up top of what we're going to do here. We're just going to run through these and rank them and debate and discuss and come to a consensus on how we feel about this 30-some-odd film universe.
You know what we needed? We needed somebody that's a true, animosity monger as like a third person for this, because we're too kind to each other.
Yeah, we're gonna be like,
you got it. But like, we need somebody that's truthfully like Stephen A. Smith yelling at 10 o'clock in the morning on ESPN. That is one of the worst decisions I've ever seen in my life.
All right, yeah. So I mean, we're just gonna start up top. Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 1.
It's 2008.
May 2nd, 2008.
Barack Obama's president.
It's better days.
Barack Obama's president. Gas is like $1.59.
Yeah. So Iron Man comes out. We did an episode on Iron Man. We did a.
You mean the guy that made Elf did Iron Man? I'm not watching that.
We did a film retrospective on Iron Man, starring Robert Downey Jr., directed by Jon Favreau. You mean the
Robert Downey Jr.? I'm not watching a movie with that guy.
Yeah, starring Robert Downey Jr., directed by Jon Favreau. It's the first one, and I mean, obviously, it's number 1 on this list for right now.
Wow, awesome. The best Marvel movie.
No, but Iron Man's great. I mean, we did a whole episode on Iron Man. You know, and it's one of those movies. It's a legacy movie, but also it's just a good movie in its own right. Like, I think it just really holds up. Even to this day, I can go back and watch Iron Man and really enjoy it. So we'll see how well Iron Man does as we get into the 2025-ness of this. Coming out a month after Iron Man. So for all those people that are like, I'm sick of Marvel doing 100 things a year, they were doing it in 2008. They did these 2 movies back.
Wow, 2 movies in 1 year?
2 movies in 1 year. They did The Incredible Hulk, June 13th, 2008, directed by Louis Leterrier of Now You See Me fame.
Oh, very nice.
And Fast X.
Maybe our favorite movie on this channel.
We do like Fast X. Starring Edward Norton, famously to be replaced by Mark Ruffalo a little bit later. You and I both quite like this movie.
I think it was more of like, I didn't realize that I appreciated things out of this movie that I didn't realize at the time.
Yeah.
So
it's not better than Iron Man.
No, it's the second movie. It's the worst movie in the MCU now. It's the worst movie.
I do quite like Ed Norton's performance. He brings a lot of darkness and kind of, he really has, you can really feel that battle.
He feels like comic Bruce Banner, like new age comic Bruce Banner, where he's kind of like fringy. Like, he's like on the outskirts, like very on the runish, versus like, I feel like MCU Bruce Banner is very accepted and very like loved. Like, I don't care what they did in like Age of Ultron, he's still like a love and like, Edward Norton was like an outcast.
Kind of an asshole.
Yes. Yeah.
Much like Edward Norton in real life, allegedly. You know, we also get William Hurt, obviously comes onto the screen as Thunderbolt Ross. We get Liv Tyler, who's
the ex-girlfriend of Bruce Banner, says Captain America 4.
Who would show up 16 years later.
Insane.
In Captain America 4. But yeah, I mean, it's not better than Iron Man, which is fine.
Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2, once again, directed by Jon Favreau. Robert Downey Jr. returns. We get Mickey Rourke. We get...
Next time, baby.
We get, Terrence Howard is... That's right, Terrence Howard was in the first Iron Man. He's been replaced.
Don Cheadle said,
Don Cheadle stepped in as War Machine.
Great performance as War Machine. He's much more believable as a military man.
Yes.
That's got a soft spot for his best friend.
We get the introduction of Scarlett Johansson as Natasha Romanoff. We get a lot of Fury. And this is a lot of Avengers setup.
Yes. Which hinders the movie a bit.
A little bit.
But... I do quite like, and again, the last 2 Iron Man movies suffered from the studio being like, we can't do full send dark stuff. The Thunderbolts hasn't come out yet. We can't do stuff like that. So that's where I'm torn on this film, because technically this film is pretty sound too. Like this is a good looking film.
Whiplash is an okay villain.
Yeah, he's like the first of like the villains that are like, oh no, you're kind of just there to die, aren't you?
Yeah. Mickey Rourke does the best of what he got.
Yeah, Mickey Rourke's still good. I really would have wished they dove more into the rivalry aspect between the two of them, like the true like, you're the heir apparent, and I should be the apparent heir. Like, I wish they would have pulled on that even more.
And Sam Rockwell is great.
Oh, he's phenomenal. I want more of him in the MCU. Like,
I can't believe he has never come back.
Right. He should have been the villain of Iron Man 3 again.
We'll get to Iron Man 3.
Yes. Iron Man 3 might be the most overrated, underrated movie in the MCU, and I'll elaborate on that. So... It's better than The Incredible Hulk.
This movie's better than Incredible Hulk, yeah.
But it's not by much, but I think...
Downey is so good, man.
It's because he's, like, even those... He has these in-between moments. I like to call them in-between moments that actors have where, like, they're just ambient in the moment. And, like, when he's looking at himself in the mirror before the party and the Palladium's, like, infecting him and he's sitting there, I'm like, wow, like... I feel you, man. Like, I feel this.
Yeah, I mean, the
Monaco stuff is really good.
With some of the Monaco stuff is great. The stuff on the racetrack is great.
The before Whiplash gets there, the War Machine and Iron Man duo fight against the drones is really good.
Yeah, I mean, it's some of these, like when it comes down to it, like when we're kind of, you know, especially when we get to like the lower tier of stuff, is going to come down to like, yeah, but this one person was just so incredible, and like Downey does so much legwork in these Iron Man movies to make them better than maybe they would have been with another actor. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's better than Incredible Hulk. So we got Iron Man 2, and then Incredible Hulk so far.
Thor,
directed by Kenneth Branagh. Marvel's first foray into Shakespeare. Just kidding.
Well, it kind of was. It was like and I think that was intentional from Kenneth Branagh. Look, I feel like this movie came out in a time where, like, they didn't realize you can do comic books yet. Do you know what I mean? Like, they didn't realize you're just allowed to do a comic book.
Pushed against the glass ceiling,
right?
But they were a little too afraid. To go through.
The afraidness turned into this being like watching like a play. Like, that's kind of how this goes a little bit.
Yeah, this is the
Hemsworth is solid.
He's fine. But the worst that he is in any of these movies.
But what makes up for it is Tom Hiddleston is so good.
Hiddleston's incredible, and Anthony Hopkins does his best.
With what he's got. It's the most subdued he'd been, but I still like him as Odin.
Yeah.
Bad villain.
Well,
I'm talking.
Loki's the villain.
Yeah, well, right. I mean, the bad fake villain.
Oh yeah.
With Laufey.
Yeah.
It's the worst one. It's probably a little worse than the Incredible Hulk. Because I'm trying to find the redeeming qualities. This movie looks pretty. It looks pretty solid. Thor 1 does. There's no like. I want you to give me the big moment from Thor 1. Give me the like.
Him getting his powers back.
But is it better than, you know, the Hulk smash and then he's fighting the Abomination? Is it better than the two scenes in Iron Man 2? Is it better than the entirety of Iron Man 1?
It would be between, I mean, it's either in front of or behind Incredible Hulk.
I think it's just a little bit.
It can't beat the two Iron Man movies.
Just doesn't have the scene that the Incredible Hulk
him getting his powers back is cool. I quite like him explaining the space stuff for Jane. Like, that's a nice little, like, a softer scene.
Hiddleston's really good.
And that, I mean, the ending with Loki and Odin is amazing.
I just think it doesn't have the scene to put it over the top with the main character. I think that's what it's missing. Like, the acting scene where it's like, I feel for him when he's trying to pick up Mjolnir and he can't.
We get the introduction of Hawkeye.
I always forget that's where he starts. All right, it's the worst one right now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
I wish we had, like, if we were, like, a true YouTube channel, it would be, like, every single time we go into a new one, it would just, like, flash the beginning of the theme of the thing real before.
Yeah, so we get Captain America, the First Avenger, directed by Joe Johnston of Jurassic Park 3 fame, of The Rocketeer fame.
Wow.
He directed Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, 1989, so pretty prolific. We're gonna, like, I want to make a point to, like, do the directors too, because you're like, whoa, this person directed. Like, it's gonna, when we get to Thor the Dark World's a good one too.
Yep.
Of that, Captain America: First Avenger. So obviously Chris Evans is incredible.
He's so good. He goes right against the grain of being Johnny Storm for that time, and it's a swing by the studio. Took two major. I mean, they took three. Chris Hemsworth was a relatively unknown at that point. Chris Evans was pigeonholed by being Johnny Storm, so how are you going to get a character that
also
is literally
kind of
180?
Pigeonholed as, like, rom-com, teen drama.
Right. He can't be serious.
Yeah.
And then he was serious.
Then he was Captain America.
And then Downey Jr. for all his, everything you went through before. It's the second best movie. It's right behind Iron Man.
I would agree. Great villain.
I want more of Hugo Weaving somehow.
I wish
they could get Hugo Weaving into like the main, like back into the MCU as like against Sam Wilson, and then they do the Masters of Evil.
Yeah, so he's really good. He's a great villain. Sebastian Stan's a good accomplice. He's obviously not in the movie. Spoiler. He's not in the movie that long.
No. What do you mean he dies? That's how we should do this too. He dies?
Haley Atwell is great. Yeah. You feel like that relationship works. Tommy Lee Jones we've talked about before.
My goat. Channel favorite Tommy Lee Jones.
Incredible. It's a Tommy Lee Jones classic.
Yep.
And Chris Evans is really good.
Yep.
He plays, I think what's cool about how he plays Captain America is it's so important that movie starts and is as lengthy with him as small Steve Rogers, because that carries his mannerisms and his attitude carries through from when he transforms, right? Which is super important to the character. Like his personality doesn't change when his body changes. Right, maintains all that goodness of Steve Rogers.
Love the period piece. It's right behind Iron Man.
It's out of these movies so far, it's probably got the best ending.
Oh yeah, I quite like the ending of this movie because Iron Man 1's ending does fall into it. Starts the trap
of him, of
the sky beams.
Big fight with Jeff Bridges at the end. But yeah, I think that's fair. I think Iron Man's maybe a bit better made. I think
First Avenger. I love the period aspects though.
Yes, do more period pieces, Marvel.
They still got to do that Isaiah Bradley one-shot hour-long special on Disney Plus. That would go so insane. Cast a younger actor. That would be awesome.
And
the Avengers.
What do all these movies lead to?
The Avengers.
They did it. They did it. Joss Whedon, boo.
Bad guy.
Directed this movie. I mean, this is going to be a conversation that we have about Infinity War later on a bigger scale, but this is
impossible.
The fact that this movie is amazing, is incredible.
Yeah, and it performed too, and it's the backbone of this universe up until that point. Yeah, and then after that, up until
you could say this about Iron Man. Obviously, if Iron Man doesn't work, the MCU doesn't work. But the MCU as a construct, as a connected, shared universe, does not work if the Avengers does not work.
And it did.
It's great.
It's right under Iron Man, I think.
Really?
Iron Man 1's good.
I was curious if this was going to... I was wondering if this was going to happen the other way around. I thought I was going to end up fighting for Iron Man a little bit harder as this went on, but man, you think Iron Man 1 is better than the Avengers?
I do. I think it's... Iron Man 1...
From a cohesion standpoint, you think?
I don't even think it's necessarily a cohesion standpoint. It's just Downey's singular performance in Iron Man 1 is so absolutely electric.
Wow. I'm trying to... Yeah. I mean, one thing in Avengers, a lot happens. And a lot of, it's a lot of, cup switching going on in, the first Avengers movie. We're talking about 1 and 2 here. We're not talking about, is this the worst one?
I can live with Avengers because I'm trying to think of reasons why Iron Man's better, and I'm starting to lose him a bit.
It's tough, right? Because Avengers gives you Downey doing another. It's just incredible. He's amazing. He dominates a lot of the movie.
Do we have to put Avengers lower because of Captain America's suit? Is that the only reason why it's 2? Fair point. Fair gain.
I think everyone's just better from when they started. Mm-hmm. Maybe except Chris Evans. I just don't think he gets a ton to do.
He's like a caricature of himself.
We start planting the seeds a little bit of him and Tony, kind of coming to. We get Ruffalo. Yeah, this is the first Ruffalo performance,
and he's great. He's really good.
He captures a little. He captures.
It's the best, in my opinion, he'd been as Bruce Banner. Even better than Age of Ultron, which is funny to say.
He captures the torturedness.
Yes,
like that little thing he gives when he talks about shooting himself and then Hulk spit the bullet out, and you're like, oof.
Yeah, like the guy he can't leave.
It's the most it's the most reserved he is. Hemsworth is good. Mm-hmm. I think he's better than
he gets a little better. One. Obviously, Tom Hiddleston
is great. I mean, the scene with him and Tony in Avengers Tower is. Mm-hmm. See, I feel like this is better than Iron Man.
All right, we'll do it.
I love Iron Man.
Yeah. But you're ahead of it, the Avengers.
I think, and again, it has to get bonus points for just being.
Yes.
I mean, I guess the only knock against it is you know, I mean, I don't think Jeremy Renner gets a ton to do.
No, Hawkeye
and Black Widow don't really get a ton, but it is what it is.
Right.
Iron Man 3.
It's
Shane Black.
See, this movie has a lot of style, but this is the first Disney movie. This was the first MCU Disney movie, and you can feel it. You can feel it. I mean, obviously, there's the controversy that I forget what her name was. She was supposed to be the main villain of this film, and then they switched her out with Guy Pearce because they were like, we're not going to sell enough toys. Bad on you, Marvel. Shame on you. We're not going to sell enough toys if a woman's the villain, so we can't do that. Shame on you.
Yeah.
They
keep a running track of how many women villains there are in these movies. It's not many.
They are afraid. They were afraid to go full send into the Extremis stuff, like the Iron Man Extremis run from the comics. That's a really great. That's a really great story.
They take two really good Iron Man ideas and don't do anything with them.
Iron Man 2 should have fully committed to Demon in the Bottle, but they danced around it and gave him a sickness instead. You shouldn't have done it. Make him an alcoholic. Do full send and have him overcome. Like that's how it should have went. Have Iron Man in a freaking meeting a few movies later. You know what I mean? And like that would mean something. Like, so yeah, I'm a little torn. So Iron
Patriot happens in this movie.
Yeah, but that ending is fun. I had a lot of fun with that ending.
The airplane sequence is great.
Really good
when
stuff.
He's flying. Well, he's not flying. He's piloting the Iron Man suit. But
best score out of any of the Iron Man movies too. The new score that they built for that movie was really good.
It's just, I don't know. I think it's better than Incredible Hulk.
It's better than Iron Man 2. That's where it has to fall. It's either Iron Man 2 or Iron Man 3 is better. That's where it has to fall.
That Mandarin stuff is
bad. It's real bad.
And
but the stylization of this movie, that's why I'm like I come back to it.
I'm not super thrilled with the spy bit. When he does like the spy bit.
And I understand what they were trying to do. Like if you shouldn't have this, like if you're nothing without the suit, you shouldn't have it. But like, no, not that way.
He's Iron Man.
Right.
I think I like Iron Man 2 a little bit better than Iron Man 3.
We're going to put it ahead.
Is that what we're going to do?
Yep.
All right. So we're gonna
you're saved, Iron Man 2. The last 5 movies get annihilated. No, not There Will Be Blood. That's not in this list. I need Thor 2. There Will Be Blood would be number 1A times a million if it
as a Marvel movie.
Yes. Can we just run right through Thor: The Dark World?
Directed by the great Alan Taylor.
Yes, it's the worst one. Next.
It's not good. It's tough.
Next.
It's tough.
Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Oh boy.
We don't even need to go too much. It's the best one.
The Russos are here.
Yep. What do you mean the guys from? I'm just acting as the guy that's learning these are coming out and who's. What do you mean the guys that did Arrested Development?
The
I don't want
Russos
to
have
watch
showed
that.
up and they gave us a great movie.
It's the best one.
It's really good.
It's the best one.
It's got everything. It's got great action, a great villain.
We're about to have some debates.
Yeah, this is where Marvel enters just a crazy era here.
This is not. We might start rapid firing. This is going to get bad.
Which is outstanding.
This is where me and you are going to really have to sit down and talk because the next movie up is Guardians of the Galaxy.
This is I call Guardians of the Galaxy Marvel's heat check movie.
Mm-hmm. There's no way this works, right? And then it worked the best.
They get James Gunn about doing this movie about...
You mean the guy that directed Scooby-Doo? I don't want to watch
people
that.
Who have never heard of any of these people. They get a great cast.
This movie is
It's Marvel's first space thing.
It's electric. It's dynamic.
It's the introduction of Thanos. Well, Avengers technically is the introduction. This is the introduction of Josh Brolin as Thanos.
It's the best Batista was in any of these movies.
He's amazing.
It's the best. 3 is the best that Star-Lord that Chris Pratt had been. Love Nebula's performance here as well too, and she even gets better and better as time goes on.
Everyone is outstanding in this.
Yes,
Michael Rooker's amazing as Yondu.
I'm gonna go purely based off the ideology of when you're going into a movie theater.
This is what I was gonna say.
That's what you want to feel.
Vibes. I'm a big vibes guy.
It's the best Marvel movie.
I've held on to this idea that The Winter Soldier is the best Marvel movie, but I can't erase out of my mind when I walked out of Guardians the first time thinking it was the best movie I've ever seen.
It's like the film that I'll tell my kids. Like on my wall at my place, I have the Guardians of the Galaxy 1 vinyl on the wall. Like it is. It's got the feel. It's got the rhythm.
From jump.
Yes, from the opening seconds.
The opening second.
And it's emotional. Those opening seconds are emotional.
They're emotional, and then you segue that right into the Morag, the heist, when he's dancing. And you're in from there. And then that movie, we could sit here for an hour talking about scenes in this movie that, like, you know how we were just talking about Thor? We were talking about, like, what's the moment? We could do that, but in reverse. Guardians of the Galaxy. There's so many.
Not the moment?
There's so many. There's so many moments in this movie that just the prison stuff is outstanding.
Man, when their score goes for the first time when they're in the prison, I'm like, what am I feeling right now?
The Nowhere stuff is great.
Yep. The lore in that movie, the lore that they build from that movie.
That meeting is outstanding.
Yep.
Like when they all kind of cross paths for the first time on Xandar, and you kind of you get a feel for like what they can all do. And why they make such a good unit. And then even the ending is good.
Yes. And that's what I think. I think Winter Soldier, comparatively to all these other movies, it's not too drastically better than any of the other third acts. It's just the emotional payoff is better, and technically it's solid.
It has one of the like most iconic kind of like endings of any of these, when, you know, Ronan is like, how are you doing this? And he's like, you said it yourself, bitch, with the Guardians of the Galaxy. And the score is like ramping up. Like that gives you chills.
Then you throw the emotional moment in there with his mom for a second, and like,
it's a really good ending.
It's the best one.
And it's, I think, now that we're talking to it, like I said, I've held on to this Winter Soldier thing forever. But
it's the best one.
It's the best one.
Age of Ultron.
Joss Whedon's back. Boo,
dang it.
Boo this man.
Not a good guy. Not a great guy. It's worse than Iron Man. Is it better than First Avenger, though?
Yeah. I think so.
You got good bits. Obviously, Spader is incredible.
Spader's amazing.
The event. I love the feel of this movie. Like the not like the Guardians of the Galaxy, how it makes you feel. I like the way this movie feels, if that makes sense. In a cinematic sense. Technically, it's a little bit more sound. Special effects are a little bit better. Like everything. I
think
just
this is better than First Avenger.
Yeah, it's not better than Iron Man 1. So I think it falls right in between Iron Man 1 and First Avenger.
I think I would agree with that. I think, Spader is amazing. It's got some cool stuff. Hulkbuster's cool. Again, everyone's pretty. I think we're finally getting into like what makes Captain America great in this franchise. In this movie, we get a great intro for Scarlet Witch. I think Elizabeth Olsen, you already like the foundation of like that tortured, like horrible things always happen to this character thing. Is already fomenting. I like blank slatey Vision.
Yes,
when he just kind of shows up and he's just like, "Hello."
So they build their team out to 10 Avengers, and then they kill one of them, so they're down to 9. But then Sam Wilson replaces him, so they're back up to 10, and War Machine adds.
Yeah, so that's the other thing is obviously Winter Soldier brought us Anthony Mackie.
All right.
Ant-Man. Peyton Reed.
It's worse than...
Replace Edgar Wright.
Yep. It's worse than the first Avenger, but better than Iron Man 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fair. Paul Rudd is great.
Again, another villain that you can throw away.
Another villain.
Even though, what's his name, did a good job.
Yeah. He'll be back.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
I think the heist, the frenetic heist energy works.
Yeah, this is when the Marvel movies really started to dip into the genres of which these movies took. Because like Winter Soldier was the first dip into that, and then once Ant-Man hits, it's like, okay, these movies are a thing. Like these movies are. I will say,
I think the subsequent Ant-Man movies will reveal this. This movie had a lot of Edgar Wright's fingerprints. Sure.
The first time he changes, you can really tell.
But I think the supporting cast is good. I think Evangeline Lilly is good. Michael Douglas, I think, is just getting kind of. He's better in the second one, but he's good in.
And then he's the worst in the third one.
And then he becomes. I don't know what he becomes in the third one.
We don't want to talk about.
But I would agree that this is worse than. I think this is better than. This is like. It's funny. I think this movie is very comparable to Iron Man 2 in a lot of ways.
You know what's insane? This has nothing to do with anything we're talking about. I'm an absolute sicko because I'm just remembering the release order of these movies without even looking at an order.
That's funny. I have an order.
I just remember the releases of these movies because the next one was Captain America: Civil War.
The Russos are back.
It's the third best one now.
This movie's great.
It's phenomenal. I mean, in any other universe where the Russos didn't absolutely cook for Winter Soldier and James Gunn never signed on with Marvel, it's the best one.
This movie's amazing. It is able to somehow walk this line of it's an Avengers sort of movie, but they still are able to root it in a Captain America movie.
Yes, it is a Captain America story. It's like how The Blackest Night is a Green Lantern story, but it's really like an entire DC Universe event. Like it's the same way. Or like Tower of Babel is a Batman story that has all of them. It's Civil War is a Captain America story.
The airport fight.
Man, you remember when we were in the theater for that?
Yeah.
Absurd. Like absolutely absurd.
And there's just people just doing powers left and right. Like this is like a comic book coming to life.
Introduction of Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther and Tom Holland.
Just the best.
Yep, Tom Holland as Spider-Man.
Immediately just the best.
What are we like? Insane.
Downey's great.
Yep.
As the antagonist of this movie. Zemo.
Great.
Everything works. This movie works. It just works. It's really good. I think, man, you think that Winter Soldier is better than this?
Yes, I think Winter Soldier is just a bit tighter because the airport scene is gray. It is a very gray scene.
Sure.
I just think Winter Soldier is a little bit tighter. I think all the espionage stuff just lifts it a little bit higher.
Okay.
I think the second act is... It's funny because you end the second act of this movie after the airport scene, but if you like rip out the second, like just like based off those middles without the big action sequence, I think Winter Soldier's just a little like, man, when Nick Fury gets caught up that first time and it's just on and it won't turn, like that's the thing about it. It doesn't turn off. Winter Soldier doesn't know how to turn itself off.
I like the paranoia of Winter Soldier.
Yes. Yep.
Again, this is, we're parsing... We're nitpicking here because we have to. I think you're right. I think Winter Soldier might be just like a smidge better, but Civil War is amazing.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is better than Age of Ultron.
Whoa, you skipped one.
Wait, hold on, I got this. Oh, Doctor Strange. My bad, DS.
Come on, man. Scott Derrickson. It's a Scott Derrickson joint.
Yes, it is. And Scott Derrickson's isms are all over it.
We both keep saying this is like one of the most underrated ones.
Yes.
I like Doctor Strange a lot.
I have a nuclear hot take, but I don't know if I'm ready to commit to it.
Are you gonna put it above Iron Man?
I was gonna. No, I won't. I'm gonna leave it.
But above Age of Ultron, you think?
Yes, above Age of Ultron.
Wow.
I think it's right above because how good Benedict Cumberbatch is.
He's really good,
but also Mads Mikkelsen is good as Caecilius, but also boring. But then
this movie has a villain problem.
But then they make up for the villain problem.
This movie has a villain problem.
I think it's above Age of Ultron. All the lore, like the mystical lore,
cool.
It is so cool. I think it's right above Age of Ultron.
Man, I don't know. That's tough. I'm just thinking of I'm thinking of Age of Ultron. I'm thinking of Doctor Strange.
I'm gonna look at Age of Ultron.
Cumberbatch is great. It's basically like I'm trying to fill out who's doing what in this movie. I really like the scene with him and the Ancient One in the hospital. That's a really come to Jesus moment.
When the Ancient One dies, and she basically gives the proclamation, "It's not about you," and I'm like, wow, that's how you set up.
It's a great character arc.
Yes, it might be one of the best ones in this universe up to that point. That
in a solo
movie that's encapsulated in one film. Yes, I think it's just a little bit better than
it is Iron Man with magic, and if I'm going by that logic, it probably belongs right below Iron Man.
Okay, you know what's right below Doctor Strange, but ahead of Age of Ultron? Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
You said what now?
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is above Age of Ultron, but below Doctor Strange. I think it fits right in the middle of those two films. I think what hurts Guardians 2, because it's not that far off, I think they got a little bit indulgent on the comedy. I think they got a bit. This movie
that theme is going to come up again when we get off the Thor.
Movie.
We'll talk about Thor later.
But Guardians 2 is probably one of the visually most stunning Marvel movies that we've gotten as well, too. The ego stuff is...
Kurt Russell's incredible.
He's just phenomenal.
Just makes you just... One of the most hateable villains that this universe has ever produced.
The only thing about this movie is it meanders a little bit.
It does.
The middle of that movie meanders in a way that you just don't want, and I understand why they did it, because they want you to feel, but you're talking about the impactful feel of what you get out of Guardians 1 you don't get.
Yeah, it's like Guardians 1 comes out and it's just swinging. Mm-hmm. Whereas this movie comes out swinging and then it kind of pulls back a little bit.
The opening in this movie is just disgustingly amazing.
Oh, it's incredible. The framing with Groot. Mm-hmm. You're following Groot through them fighting that monster. They really feel like a family in this movie, which I really like. We get Yondu's sacrifice partial way through it. So what are we saying? You're saying this movie's not as good as Doctor Strange?
But it's better than Age of Ultron. Because this movie is still good. It's still pretty dang good.
I'm trying to think if it's better than Doctor Strange.
I just think Doctor Strange has a little bit of a... Again, if you want to use the feel, like there was a feeling I had leaving Doctor Strange.
I really like this movie. It's tough. Yeah, it's like naked. They're like, it's tough. It's tough for me.
Different reasons, but
it's tough. And I guess at that point it comes down to like personal preference. But I have to like throw that out because this is an objective list. Yeah, I can live with that.
Okay,
I can live with that.
Thor's next. Ragnarok is next.
Yeah, no, Spider-Man.
Oh, Homecoming's next. Okay,
I put Doctor Strange twice.
No, take one off. Leave it in, John Watts. I'm gonna bold stake claim because you know how much of a fan I am of Homecoming. They do the John Hugh-isms, which I really appreciate. People say don't be Iron Boy Jr., but he has one of the best scenes. He does the comic panel where he's lifting up the two pillars. Really enjoy that. It's above Doctor Strange, under Iron Man. I really like Homecoming.
Looking at this list, I think that feels right.
Vulture is great.
Michael Keaton just was like, hey, I'm good at acting.
Vulture's great. Obviously, Tom Holland is first. Like, he felt like Peter Parker, but he also felt like Spider-Man. He had the best balance, I think, of any of the Spider-Men before him.
It's just a good, fun time. At the end of the day, like, it's a good, fun time. Great villain. I like this movie. Out of the 3 Spider-Man movies that we've gotten with Holland, has the best Peter Parker Spider-Man balance. As much as No Way Home wants to pretend it does, it doesn't. I think this movie does a really nice job of like, hey, here's what he's going through as Peter Parker, here's what he's going through as Spider-Man, and they feel as unified, as maybe more unified than the other 2 Spider-Man movies.
Right.
Where like the high school stuff directly ties into the Spider-Man stuff. And we get, Downey has great moment, like obviously the one great moment. If you're nothing without the suit, then you shouldn't have it. We get, and the supporting cast is great. We get the introduction of Zendaya. We get Ned is a great kind of comic relief best friend type deal. And I just think this movie completely works. So I would agree with that. What'd you say? Under Iron Man, right?
Yep, under Iron Man, above Doctor Strange.
Okay.
I'm ready for my next big hit, and that's Thor Ragnarok.
Taika Waititi comes in.
And it's better than the Avengers.
I would agree with that. I think this movie is really good.
It's the first time I'd ever been interested in Thor, and you get it from a trailer that hit. This film got me excited in a way because it felt like a Jack Kirby comic.
The movie's so good it ruined the next one.
Yeah, it did ruin the next one. The Jack Kirby isms are all over this film. You can tell they were
the best Hemsworth.
Oh, by far.
Until we get to the other one.
It feels different. It feels fresh. It feels way more fresh. Funny. It feels more fun. Like
completely works.
A lot of Guardians isms in this as well too. But the best parts of the Guardianisms, I really appreciate this film.
The needle drops are great.
Yeah, needle drops are great. Like these, and you talk about the moments. The buddy cop duo between him and Ruffalo is also incredible.
But this is where we also start to lose the Bruce Banner-ification of the character. He kind of he starts becoming Mark Ruffalo, and that will continue.
Right.
But I would agree with this. I think Ragnarok's always been a really high mark for me. And like I said, this movie works so well that it hurts the next one.
Yep. And now this is where this is going to start getting dangerous because Black Panther then came out after.
Yeah, this is where Marvel enters like
untouchableness
from shit. You get Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians 2, Homecoming, Ragnarok, Black Panther, and then we'll get to Infinity War. That's probably the best run that this franchise can ever be on.
It's above Ragnarok, under Civil War.
There's a lot going on with this movie in a good way.
Yes. It's so tough because just to like lead off with the things that you can leave or take, like, I mean,
we also did a retrospective on this too.
Right. The leave stuff is like, some of the CGI is very questionable, which is really disappointing.
The third act CGI in particular, with like, when they do the fight on the vibranium bridge.
It's so sad how, like, I wish they would have went more practical, and I would have, even if they were outside of the suits. And
directed by Ryan Coogler, by the way.
Yeah, so the absolutely monumental Ryan Coogler, the next 20 to 30 years of his career are going to be literal definers of the way that we've used.
You could probably pick any episode of this podcast, and in some shape or form, we're praising Ryan Coogler for something.
but Chadwick Boseman is the best. A movie so good that the team up movie had to take place in the in the world that they built in this movie. The score is phenomenal.
I mean, what this movie does culturally.
Yep, the highest grossing Marvel movie to that point,
which is crazy. So what are you saying? You're saying after Civil War, but ahead of Ragnarok? Yep. I think that's probably fair. Mm-hmm. We're gonna like when we get to like the end of this list at some point. Pantheon movies of this of the MCU, Black Panther is one of them.
Yep. Oh no, Captain Marvel then came out.
Huh? No, we're at Infinity War now, my guy.
Oh yeah, I forgot the Infinity War. Remember when I was talking all that stuff about I know the order? I didn't know.
You missed like 2 movies there.
Infinity War. I'm just gonna shoot all the way.
It's 1.
Yeah. I hate to bring Guardians under that. But how you even begin to pull this movie off is just
here's my
absurd.
argument of this against Guardians 1. It does Guardians 1 inside this movie.
You still have the freneticness of the Guardians.
Like there's a little bit of like they get the Guardians like they get their own little like
because it was the Russos, Coogler,
they all work together.
And
Jon Favreau was there.
Jon Favreau and Gunn kind of like
work together.
Yeah, 4-way made this film together.
It was impossible.
And they made it absolute. Like Gunn wrote the lore for the Infinity Stones in like an hour because he was bored, and then he was like, "Hey, can you do this for us?" He was like, "Yeah, I guess."
It's impossible. Everyone is as good as they are. I think across the board
shouldn't work. Everybody meshes incredibly.
Brolin as Thanos he's a Pantheon villain. To be honest.
And you're talking about any lore of all time, cinematic lore of all time. It's Darth Vader. It's Thanos.
This movie could have devolved into madness at any time.
Which it feels. Tight. You heard about the Doomsday stuff?
Yeah.
They're like fighting on set and stuff.
Yeah,
that's not good.
It's tight. Like I don't think there's a dull moment in this movie. Everyone's doing something.
It's the best that Zoe Saldana has been as Gamora.
You're just like you're not left wondering at any point in this movie. I wonder like what this person's doing because I feel like it's paced so well. They're like, all right, now we're gonna cut back to Iron Man. Now we're gonna cut back to the Captain America. What he's doing. It has so many of those like iconic. This is the first movie that did like the theater reaction stuff. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like this is where this started, where like movies started becoming events, and you can just pick any of them.
Yeah.
Tony suiting up in the beginning of the movie, the prelude to the Wakanda fight, Captain America and his crew arriving on the subway station, Thor obviously arriving in Wakanda.
By far the best Chris Hemsworth had ever been. And me and you had been like, we're like preaching to the mountains. Like they're like, who should do the Russos should do the net. Like find a way to kick Thor Love and Thunder out of canon and do the actual tried and true God Butcher story with the Russos and bring Christian Bale back to do it. Mm-hmm. Captain Marvel,
you skipped Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Wow, there's a lot of movies.
Yes. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Peyton Reed is back. I don't think this movie's better than the first Ant-Man movie.
But I actually don't hate this movie at all. I think this movie, it's better than The Incredible Hulk.
Is it better than either of the Iron Man sequels?
I think it's better than Iron Man 3 and worse than Iron Man 2.
I was going to say that exact same thing.
That's sad, because I like a lot of things in Iron Man 3.
My complaint about Ant-Man 2 is he just gets...
nuked.
Yeah, what happened? Like, Ant-Man, what you got?
His formidableness is now demolished.
You lost your luster, Ant-Man.
So no good. Captain Marvel. Worse than The Incredible Hulk, better than Thor 1?
Yeah, I guess.
Is Thor 1 better than Captain Marvel?
No. I don't think so. I think this movie... I think Captain Marvel's better than Thor 1. I think it looks better. I think it's a little bit tighter. And I think Brie Larson's really good.
Yeah, despite what the haters say, Brie Larson is good in this movie, jerks.
She's not... She's better... She's better than this in the Marvels, worse than this in Avengers Endgame.
Yes, because she doesn't get a lot to do in Avengers Endgame.
No, Avengers Endgame, she's just kind of there.
Right.
Speaking of Avengers Endgame.
this.
So this... All right, so...
You're talking about the most important movie in the history of cinema. Like, this is like... And I'm not talking about my film bros out there. Like, this is like... No, Citizen Kane or freaking Godfather
This is, again, another... This is... Infinity War is impossible. This movie is the culmination of impossibility.
Yeah, it's like in Top Gun Maverick, where like they're just like, we need 2 consecutive miracles to happen. This was the second consecutive miracle.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
The second act of that movie...
Go on.
if Guardians 2 Zacked meanders, this one snail trails like all the way.
It meanders on the back of you just being in.
Mm-hmm. On like nostalgia.
Yes.
Like nostalgia of the universe you're currently in.
Yes, correct.
For that stake alone, I think
it's outside of the top 3.
No, I think it's outside the top 5.
Oh boy.
I don't think that Endgame's better than Black Panther or Civil War. As much as I love that third act, as much as the opening of that film is really good up until they kill Thanos, like, I just think Black Panther's a tighter film. Civil War is a tighter film, and you're talking about a team-up film. Obviously, Guardians, Infinity War, and Winter Soldier are better. So I just think it's better. I think
for me, I think it's just, is it better than Black Panther? I think is where I'm at. Because I think I agree with you about Civil War.
You know what? I'll agree that it's a little better than Black Panther because it's the impossibility and all the performances are great.
Yeah,
and it's the highest grossing movie, right? It's the highest grossing movie of all time.
Yeah, I can't remember where that ended up between that and Avatar.
So something had to have worked.
Yeah, and then it's.
Remember the buzz on that night? I will never forget that. It sounds like hyperbolic, but I
told you the story about how I got the Thanos thing spoiled for me, right?
Did we not? Oh, we didn't go together. Yeah. It was like, because I went on the Thursday, you went on the Friday, I think. And I remember people, and I remember you couldn't walk throughout, like the theater we have near us, you couldn't walk through the theater. That's how packed it was. You had to get there like an hour early. I remember this one kid was jokingly saying this person died. And like people were like yelling at them in the theater. Like, if you don't shut up, you're going to get hurt. I
was in the parking lot walking in and the showing before me had walked out. And one guy goes, "Yeah, I can't believe Thanos died twice." And I'm sitting there like, huh? What does that mean? And then he gets like the first 20 minutes and he gets beheaded. I'm like, oh.
So, yes, I
don't love the Thor stuff. I understand it, but I don't love it.
But at least they make up for it in the third act because at least they still make him awesome in the third act. Yes. Like they don't Ant-Man to him in this movie. Yeah. Like he still is like, oh, trust me, I still got that dog. I understand it.
I don't love the band, like the Hulk stuff.
No, man.
Is gonna continue.
And again, the second act of that movie is so, it's what Infinity War's second act is this absolutely frenetic bridge. Yeah. Like it is such a lesson in how to bridge the gap between the first and third act.
Because that's the comp, right? Like how does Endgame compare to an Infinity War? And like we said, in Infinity War, it's impossible, but it's also incredibly tight.
Obviously, Endgame has the best third act.
Yeah.
Endgame has probably a better first act than Infinity War.
Yeah.
Because it's like Infinity War was starting. You know what I mean? But Endgame, you were already in there.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
But the second act, man.
Yeah. You're right.
Because it's how good... It's like the moving from place to place in Infinity War's second act is really what gets it to be the best film.
Yeah, and Infinity War had a bigger cast.
Yes.
Because half those characters in Infinity War are dead. Mm-hmm. For most of the movie in Endgame, and it's kind of just focused around the original Avengers and Ant-Man.
Yeah, I think that's fair. So 5 right now.
Yeah.
And for some odd reason, they couldn't make that the end, so they had to make Spider-Man Far From Home the last movie of the Infinity Saga.
John Watts is back.
No! Oh, no.
Leave it in, John Watts.
You know how I feel about this film.
Yeah.
I don't love this film.
No, you don't.
I think this...
Careful.
I think this film is worse than... I think it's better than Iron Man 2, worse than Ant-Man. I really do not love this film. You know what? I'll put it ahead. I'm being a little mean. I'll put it above Ant-Man, but worse than First Avenger.
Feels right.
I don't love this movie, man. There's so many things.
I feel like I remember walking out of this movie going, that was okay.
I remember we saw it together. It was 2019. It was literally one of the last movies we saw, too.
Yeah, it's true.
What was the last movie we saw before the...
Birds of Prey.
Oh, that's right. I had a nice little movie run in the beginning of 2020. I saw 1917 and I saw Birds of Prey. A very underrated movie we both quite enjoy.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good.
I remember that specifically as Birds of Prey.
Not that this has to do with the MCU. Is Margot Robbie going to just play Harley Quinn in the DCU?
She should. She should. But yeah, I think that's fair. I remember walking out of the movie going, it was okay.
I think we were like, we had this like wave because obviously you're off the highest of highs with Endgame, and then you're like, that movie was a film. Tom Holland's fine. Jake Gyllenhaal's really good.
Jake Gyllenhaal's incredible
as Mysterio,
but it just kind of it just kind of doesn't do it.
No.
There's not a lot going on.
It's the Spider-Man isms start to fall a little bit. Like, the big thing lore-wise for him out of this is his spider sense is developed. Like, he's like, it's really diving into the spider sense and, like, how Mysterio plays on that a little bit.
He just got tricked.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like,
that movie also doesn't look good. It visually does not look good. A lot of green screening, a lot of, like, where they didn't have to.
There's also a lot of, like, cup switching with, like, the multiverse stuff.
Yes.
Like, there's a multiverse, but, like, just kidding. Like, he's just a practical joker, but, like...
And then the next phase was all multiverse.
It's all multiverse stuff. So, like, they kind of, like, did, like, a hat on a hat thing, which I don't love.
Right.
This is where we start to lose, the Fury...
Yeah,
in the Fury, and he just starts becoming Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
And there's just not a lot of, like, I'm just trying to, like, going through the Rolodex of the movie. There's not a ton of, like, moments that, like, I actively recall.
The best moment, and I think the only massive moment for me...
It's the spider sense thing.
The takes that deep breath and he starts cooking. I love that. That scene I do love.
Like, even the culmination of, like, him and MJ's romance on the bridge, where she's like, you're Spider-Man, aren't you? And, like, that doesn't really land for me.
I don't feel it as much as I do with, like, Peggy and Steve or, like...
And I think No Way Home, their romance stuff is way better.
Oh, it's phenomenal. Because she starts finally acting like MJ a little bit.
Yeah. But, I mean, just going down, like, just, again, flipping through, like, the Rolodex of scenes, like, there's not a ton in there. Like, I do like the, you know, the complaint of, like, the Iron Boy Jr. thing, but I do like the Iron Man callback, to him building the suit, and, like, they kind of cut to Favreau, and he's just kind of, like, looking at Peter, like, building the suit, and he's like,
all right,
you're my boy, Blue. So I do like that, but I think that's fair. Again, it's just not, it's a very nice paint by the numbers movie.
Yes.
In the same way that, like, Ant-Man is.
Yes.
So I feel like it kind of belongs in that.
Richard Linklater taught me about film, that film is a sequence.
He taught you personally?
Yeah, he taught me personally. One of my favorite directors of all time. Taught me personally that film is a makeup of sequences and moments. Like, and life is a makeup of sequences and moments. And, like, you want to talk moments, I think this is a great list of, like, how the moments make up great film.
Yeah.
So... yeah, I think so. Just shooting down the list super quick.
Yes.
Infinity War 1, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, 2, Winter Soldier 3, Civil War 4, Endgame 5, Black Panther 6, Ragnarok 7, Avengers 1, 8, Iron Man 9, Homecoming 10, Doctor Strange 11, Guardians Volume 2, 12, Age of Ultron 13, First Avenger 14, Far From Home 15, Ant-Man 16, Iron Man 2, 17, Ant-Man and the Wasp 18, Iron Man 3, 19, The Incredible Hulk 20, Captain Marvel 21, Thor 1, 22, and Thor the Dark World 23.
Tough look for Thor, man.
Yeah, not great.
But he does have a top 10. He has got a top 10er in there.
Got a top 10er, but got 3 bottom threes.
And
so
they're not going anywhere.
No, not bottom 3s, bottom 5s, because we are going to do a part 2 with the Multiversal Saga.
So we did, what, 22?
23.
23, so we'll do 14 more next week, starting with Black Widow. Marvel's we're in the pandemic era.
Yeah. Oh boy, it's gonna get interesting because
this is where it gets fun.
Because this is like the definition of the spectrum of the opposite ends of the spectrum. Because you get Guardians 3 and you get Ant-Man, Wasp, and Quantumanium, and those 2 films came out right after each other, so that's not great.
it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
So that's gonna do it for us this week. We're gonna call it a day there.
Part 1 and part 2, much like the Multiverse Saga and the Infinity Saga.
I feel like those top 5 are just gonna stay there for the rest of this run.
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh no.
No, I am very hard stopped that they're not gonna stay there.
You really loved Thor: Love and Thunder that much?
No, I didn't. No, I did not. That is the worst Marvel movie there has ever been.
This guy loves Ant-Man and the Wasp.
No, I hate that movie, actually. Remember when we walked out of the theater because remember Thor: Love and Thunder, we tried to trick ourselves to think it was good, and then we were like,
the
wait.
second half was good.
Was it?
It was all right.
Exactly.
The bit on the black and white world was good.
That's it. That's going to do it. Give me some socials, man.
You can follow us on Twitter at ProjectINF_pod. You can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on Instagram
at the Project Infinite Pod.
You can follow us on TikTok and YouTube at the Project Infinite Podcast. Next week will be part 2 to this MCU Marvel movie rankings. We entered the pandemic era. We entered the are we ever going to see these characters again era.
We enter as Jonathan Majors the best actor ever, and then is he the worst actor ever? You never asked.
Opening, grand closing.
Grand opening, grand closing.
Don't listen to those episodes.
No.
We were like, yeah, he's the best.
He's going to be the biggest actor on the planet, and he was for 3 weeks.
And then, dun dun.
See,
they did the Mr. Incredible. Those who know, those who don't know.
This is tough because, like, this is where we're gonna start to battle. I think in the multiversal saga is when we're really gonna start to battle on, because like I got some hot takes about some of these multiversal movies.
They're great.
Thunderbolts is great. That is a great film. Thor: Love and Thunder is a horrible film.
Black Widow is fine.
It's okay.
We'll get there. So that's going to do it for us this week. From me, from the...
Careful, man.
What am I picking from here?
The Infinity Saga.
I can't say Kevin Feige. That wouldn't be right. That wouldn't make sense. The Anthony Russo of the podcast.
I don't love it, but I'll take it.
Is he the good one? Is he the one that everyone thinks is like...
Should be by himself.
Yeah, is that the one? Or is it the other one? I can't remember. There's always a joke on Twitter about one of the Russos not being able to do anything, and the other one just does all the stuff. I don't know if that's true. Whichever one is the good one, you can have that one.
All right. Could have gave me Brian Coogler, but all right.
No, I'll save it.
Okay.
I'm saving that for some other time. Until then, we will see you next week for part 2 of the MCU movie rankings. Goodbye.
Peace.